because now HAPS has done a new site, changing stuff. So if you guys are just popping onto YouTube, it may be delayed because they've just redone the site. And so I'm trying to make sure everything is running according to how it's supposed to as best I can. So I do apologize. But yeah, welcome everybody. If you are new to our area, my name is Gabrielle Williams. I'm a deviation intuitive for Melody of Spirit readings, etc. And if you're on HAPS, you can find us at MSR/ETC live stream. And that is a way you guys can reach us. If you guys are trying to find us on Facebook, it's www.facebook.com/MSRETC. And then our website, if you guys are wanting to check out what we do here and some updates and stuff, I need to be updating some stuff on there this week. So if you do see something change, that's what's happening on there. But our website for that one is www.msret369.wix site. So wixsite.com/spirit reading. And that's all the fun. So this is Spiritual Chatter Sunday, and we usually read through a beautiful devotion that I have here called The Celtic Spirit by Caitlin Matthews. And then I pull a card or two, and that's kind of how it goes. It's pretty cool like that. And that's how everything kind of just rolls out and plays. But yeah, so without further ado, I think the only new thing that's happening next week is that we're still doing Spiritual Chatter Sunday, so that you guys can still have a good start to your week. So that on the 21st, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, that's when we'll be doing Spiritual Chatter Sunday next week. And also it is the third week of the month. So if you guys do not have the finances to treat yourself to a reading or to any of the services that we provide, all you have to do is go to Facebook, message me, and you guys get opportunities to use the free services. So that would be for the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd of this month. And all you have to do is just message me on our Facebook page and we will get you set up with something. And then you will also get a copy of the recording. And that's how that's going to go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right. I kind of miss having my little square here, but I don't know, because it's like present on stream, but I don't know if that means, okay, so they haven't gotten any of it. Got it. Okay, so that's coming soon. So screen sharing is supposed to come soon to HAPS apparently, and image and video sharing also coming soon. So see guys, this is why we tap on things. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and read the 14th of November, which is misunderstandings. Okay, and I quote, a quote from the Song of Lindan, which is a early Irish text that's been translated for us. It's a little quote from it. The last thing I intended was for a deed to come between us. Oh, I guess that the pronunciation is Lidan. Lidan. Okay, so Lidan and Culry were poets who met while on their poetic circuit of noble houses and fell in love. Culry suggested that they marry immediately adding that any of the children of theirs would be famous, perhaps piqued by his words and by the suggestion that Curie thought more of any future child than of their very real love. Lidan took religious vows of chastity. Ooh, way to stick it to the man, honey. When Curie came to claim her as his wife, he was too late. She would not sleep with him, preferring to honor her poetry above her sexuality. The muddle was not helped when the lovers put themselves under the direction of a severe Saint Comine, who gave Curie the choice of seeing Lidan and not talking to her or speaking to her without seeing her. Since he was a poet, he chose speech. In due time, the suspicious Saint Combine banished Curie from his monastic settlement, accusing him of sinful lust. Curie became a pilgrim and renounced Lidan's love. Lidan's sequential poetry is heart-rending self-condemnation of her actions. Eventually she died while clutching a stone on which the exiled Koru would sit. And when misunderstandings arise, they usually would germinate in small and insightful ways. A slighting glance, a failure to greet, a thoughtless word, a sense of exclusion or neglect, so grow into substantial disasters. A phone call or a letter or a small token of apology can quickly bring reconciliation. Now here's the homework for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Consider a situation in which you are misunderstood or were the agent of misunderstanding. What factors accelerated the situation? How could the misunderstandings be prevented? Is there a go-between who could have brought about reconciliation? Apply your realizations to the situation in order which you are currently involved. So even though there was just miscommunication here, honestly, in this particular passage that's happening here, Lidan and Curie, they could have actually had a beautiful love life, marriage, kids, but the fact that they didn't communicate or talk about it kind of brought some form of a rift or a kind of a gap between things. Because he thought more about their children that they could have rather than about the love that he shared with her. And that's from her perspective, so from Lidan's perspective. And Curie was like, I prefer us to have love first than for us to begin thinking about children right away. And it's because I think she wanted to see how faithful he would be, because back in those days, and back in a lot of times right now too, even modern days, there's a lot of people out there in this world that you gotta make sure all the boxes are checked, if you catch my drift. There's some things that we were just slightly may or may not have made sure that people fully understood the situation. That's why putting ground rules and stuff like that kind of gives the other person an idea of perspective. Hello, Alina. Thank you for popping on. we're going over the little clip from the Celtic Spirit. It's called Misunderstandings for today. And this beautiful couple that were a part of the poetic circuit, they were both poets. They loved each other so much that they had one hiccup, which was miscommunication. And like instantly things fell to the wayside. Like, even though the one truly did love her, their communication was so off that he accidentally did something unthinkable, and she did something similarly unthinkable. She went and did a vow of chastity versus getting married right away. And she preferred her poetry over the situation that she found herself in because she wasn't ready to have children yet. And she wanted to focus on loving the person that she loved. So it's a quite interesting story. And what could have just fixed the whole problem was probably somebody interceding with each other so they could have a conversation. Maybe even a letter, or even in the modern of times, like maybe even a small token of apology. That would have probably helped bring some form of reconcile, but he never apologized, and she never apologized for her choices either, so they were very unapologetic. And so, like, the homework for this week basically was inciting that consider a situation where you felt misunderstood, or you were the agent of misunderstanding. What factors accelerated the situation? How could the misunderstandings have been prevented? And is there a go-between who could have brought reconciliation? Apply your realizations to a situation in which you are currently involved. Now, the only thing that can pop in my head right now is more towards my biological family right now. Like, I'm slightly having a hard time communicating, only because, like, most of the stuff in my life is considered sinful. Even though I am not a sinful person in the eyes of how I believe things. There's just a lot of different scenarios that would consider most of the things I'm doing, like, because I came from a very, very high level of Christian religious background. So anything that was not of the Bible, from the Bible, this includes even different translations of the Bible, were considered a sin because they were not the true Bible. Like I said, huge. At that time, like, that was just like, that's just how they lived. I had to respect their wishes at that time. And when I was able to become more independent, and not 100% stuck in that reality or in their home, I chose to go the path I've always felt comfortable with, which happened to do with nature and with symbolicisms, and it just worked. This works better for me, for my soul. I don't feel trapped in it. I don't feel locked in a cage. And God has not struck me down for it. And I always look at God as more of a force of source, lack of better terminology. And it just feels more comfortable acknowledging the fact that the universe has come in many forms of men or man, woman included. There's archetypes of every form. But I feel like the feminine and masculine energy has always been one and the same. They work together in harmony. And if one's imbalanced, that means that you need to focus on the one that needs a little more care. Yeah, exactly. See, you get it, Lena. So Lena here, she's said, same here, Lovey. They all used to call me a black magic evil thing. And then recently found out that some of them actually changed their mind. And they are super proud of me now. And they will see everything in their own time. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of where I'm at with it too, Alina, right now. Not that I've been called anything in the dark black magic area, but I've gotten some form of a barrier put between my family and me somewhat, only because they see what I'm doing as a phase, which some cycles are a phase, but this for me personally at a spiritual level has been more fulfilling than praying to God in the ways that I did in church ever did. Like, I'm not saying that church doesn't have its perks. Like, honestly, I do sometimes when I'm missing my family, I do go on spurts where I feel like I need a season of church, which church technically is just a gathering of people. It wasn't meant to be in a building. Buildings parts is more of like a clubhouse kind of situation, just for more like keeps you on the terms of like they need money to fund certain things in the community or for themselves. And that's kind of what most of the like sacred practices have turned into, more of a money grabbing thing. So if I wanted to give my 10% or my tithe, it would usually go to somebody that I care about or that I love unconditionally. Same thing with like if I get coins for on here during like streams that I do, I usually give it to the people that I know or know that they're doing good deeds in this world. We all have a little darkness in us. It's not that big of a deal. It's just acknowledging it and allowing it to be respected and then work through it and then let it go. Like that, those are all things like you can't ignore the dark. Like you can't. And that's why even psychologists nowadays even say like, hey, like there's always going to be dark. And you could be the lightest person in the world and there may or may not have some attached, you know? So it's all about just working through it, understanding that just because there is dark doesn't mean light can't like illuminate through the dark, you know? So it's all about the perception of light and dark. Like I still believe in a God force, or a God source. But other than that, like I don't take what man has thought and translated to heart. I always go through it and see what resonates with my spirit and then go from there. Yeah, shadow work always looks scary on the outside. Like, yeah, no, I get it. I think that's why they assume black magic, because you're so willing to do the work. Yeah, you know, that's a thing. Like, we can't keep hiding in the bushes about it. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, you can hermit every once in a while to get your shits together, but that doesn't mean that you're being, like, a closet. Like, you're not hiding in a closet and not coming back out again. It's just that particular moment in time needs its proper respect. That's all it is. Like, there's reasons why people don't talk to each other every once in a while. Like, it's because they're going through a thing. Like, they're going through shadow work, or there's situations in their life that they have no control over, and they don't have time to tell you what's going on. That's just why you have to, like, make sure that if you have the opportunity and you feel led to talking to them, then, you know, put yourself out there. Say, hey, I can be that shoulder. I can hold a space for you. What do you need me to do? Like, not everybody is out to hurt somebody. Not intentionally, anyway. Most of the stuff that they do is subconscious. But if they are intentionally, you'll know. Because if you know them, you know them for who they really are. Another fun fact. Like, I know my mom doesn't do things to hurt me the way that it comes out. I know that inside she's dealing with a lot of shit. Same thing with my dad, because most of his stuff is due to work stress. So he'll take it out on the kids. Like, don't do that. Make sure this is clean. Blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, okay, what really happened, Dad? Like, come on, you need to talk to somebody. What's going on? Like, let your heart out. It's kind of what it is. Same thing with like going to therapy, or like finding somebody you trust 100% that is going to stay neutral and unbiased. Like, that's the hardest thing for some people, is to just communicate, hey, I need a neutral, non-biased person in my life. Boom, universe, bring that in. Fold it in back, you know? That's kind of all you need. Like, and if you can't get it through like physical people means, you have guides and guardians and angels, dragons. Like, there's so many forms of communication, even galactic beings. Every single form that we have out there was there for a reason. They're there to support in different phases and different times of your life. Cycles, they cycle through, just like the world cycles through seasons. We do the same thing as humans. We're always in transit. Same thing with the universe. Every planet goes into transition. Every star goes into transition. We are literally still looping around as we speak. Every single hour of the day is connected to another form of energy, mostly planetary, but it has a space and a time and a place for it. That's why even like in most like religious texts, they always say there's a time and a place for everything, because that's what was given to them during that time. If they didn't have it at that time, then, you know, logically, there would be misunderstandings. There would be catastrophic inconclusions. The communication would not be there. It's pretty fascinating how much one force of something can be misunderstood because of communication, or because of a misunderstanding that can come in the form of even an offering, or even just like a simple hand on your lap, like letting you know there's somebody here to support you. Some people take that as sexual assault. You know, like, as long as your boundaries are clear, nobody's going to assume the stupid. Okay? Miscommunication happens. If somebody doesn't respect your boundaries that you've put up, obviously that's your cue. Come back when they're ready. Their cycle's not ready yet. Aw, tiny little dragons hanging out by my feet this morning. Isabel saw one of hers. Mint chilling. Okay. She named it Mint. That's cute. I love that name. You go, Isabel. That's so cute. I love that. We actually have a gigantic dragon that lives around our area. He literally, I had this, like, I was sitting in meditation. And you guys can believe this if you want or whatnot, but I sat in meditation and I was sitting here just sitting, and all of a sudden, like, I could see something engulf my property line. The tail of it is literally right in front of my front door, and then its head is literally on the side of my house. It's a big motherfucker. It's huge. And he's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like beautiful oranges and reds and browns. It's really a pretty dragon. I'm really excited to have a form of guardian like that for this stage in my life. I really am appreciative. It's been protecting me a lot lately. I'm very honored. I'm so glad you guys have little dragons too. That's super cool. Dragons are amazing creatures and beings. Interesting. There's a huge white one that sits on the roof too. The whole family is here. And I have a huge blue and rose colored one. Oh my goodness. You're being so blessed. Yeah, baby. Super cool. All right, let me see. There's something that popped up. Oh, Alexis is on. How cool. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull from 2 decks today. I felt called to bring both of them out, so we're going to use these today. Whatever falls out, I'm going to read, and then we're going to be done for today. Because my husband needs to go grocery shopping for his beverage of choice, hoping this cycle will end. He's really into soda. Sometimes soda is just not the healthiest option. He barely drinks water, guys. I'm surprised he's still living. Yes, we have a lot of important missions. Oh yeah, we need a big posse, absolutely. Okay, so these are both by Colette Baron Reed. In case you guys are wanting to check these out, these are both Oracle decks. So the one on I'm gonna say this is my right side. So if I'm tapping it, that's my right side. This is my left side. But for you guys, it's the opposite, so just bear with me. So the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms on my right, your left. This one's a really cool deck. It has 44 cards. Super cool. Comes with a beautiful booklet, and the cards are really pretty. And then this is the Wisdom of Avalon, and this one has 52 cards. And also the drawings on here are very watercolor-like. So these ones are more like picture for the Hidden Realms ones, and these ones are more like watercolor for the Avalon, which I love the difference. It kind of gives a good perspective. Yes. Okay, Alina, like no lie, that's literally my husband's life right now. Soda and an occasional energy drink. He's not a really big Red Bull fan, but he really hates water. He'll drink juice, even though that barely has water. But yeah, it's a season for him, I guess. I don't know. Like, he just feels more safe drinking that than regular stuff, I guess. I don't know. Might be subconscious. But I'm going to go ahead, get the cards out here. So 2 of the cards that fell out of the Wisdom of Avalon cards were the Motion card, which happens to be like a Sacred Journey marker card. And then one of the messengers that popped out of the Avalon deck was the Novice. And I'm feeling this is more of, feels like a very nervous energy, like still trying to figure out what works for them. So they have a new skill, but they haven't really practiced with it. A little bit of innocence because they are a beginner, and a little bit of like borderline ignorance. But only because they feel like they got the skill and they already know how to use it. I like water, black coffee. Yeah, I'm very similar, Alina. That's my drinks of choice, and occasionally a pink Moscato. I felt that way this morning too, Alina. Did you wake up around like I'm Central Time, so I don't know if I think it's like yours is like an hour ahead of me. I think you're Eastern. But I woke up around 1:33 this morning to something like that. So I don't know if you felt that around that time, but I felt something shift this morning. I'm kind of glad you're kind of telling me this because it feels like I have like, okay, yeah. So 2 your time would be 1 my time. Dang. Whoa, girl. I literally woke up and I felt like I was drowning in my own spit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It was nuts. Yep. And then again, for me, I woke up around 3 to cuddle with my husband. I felt like I needed somebody to hold me. All right. I can't believe we both felt that today. Oh my gosh. Actually, I do believe it. Honestly, Source is really cool like that. But oh my goodness, like, really? Of all the days. Okay. So for the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, this is the Fire Prince, which is optimism and aggression. And also the other card that was pulled was the Well Watcher, wisdom and the power of the divine. So these are very interesting. Definitely kind of speaks volumes, actually. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to read. I think that's, yeah, here we go. We're going to do the Novice card first from the Wisdom of Avalon. Innocence, naivety, foolishness, and early knowledge not yet integrated, the ability to see the world untainted, and learning ability. These aspects of a novice as she appears in your life. The novice reminds you to be teachable and humble. If you don't know something, please don't pretend that you don't and that you do. Okay, I'm really reading this wrong. My dyslexia is kicking. Okay, so the novice reminds us to be teachable and humble. If you do not know something, don't pretend that you do. The chances are that you will make an error that may cost you more than you wish to pay. New information is coming, and this is the time to be open to learning and expanding. The novice also reminds you to be like a child and to remember to wander in awe you once had for the world around you. When discovering magic, it was an essential part of everyday experiences. The novice reminds you that you need to stop and ask yourself, what lesson must I learn here? The lesson is always mirrored in the experience in front of you. Dig deep into the workings of whatever situation you are inquiring about. You don't have to look far. The answer is right in front of you. If something feels... Sometimes it may feel as if you have 2 left feet and don't know how to dance. Or perhaps you're fumbling in the dark and in fear that you may be left behind. And it's all right to be in the unknowing. This place is where new understanding takes time to integrate. Be gentle with yourself. The greatest gift of a novice, it reminds you that it's always at the beginning. You're always at the beginning of some area of your life. Patience and slow movement is required when the novice appears. Before moving forward, perhaps you need time to journal your thoughts and receive clarity about the mystery that invites you to learn. Then rejoice. The Avalon novice is on the path to higher knowledge and the abundance of manifestation, and will not stay a novice for long. Dude, that's pretty deep. Let's see if we can find that one movement card. I think it's 36. There we go. This marker reminds you that all things change as a part of of the cycle of life. Oh my gosh, we just literally like went through a moment there with all that too. This may portend a physical move or heralds a release from restriction and waiting. Rejoice, for change is in the air and new things are about to enter your world. This puts you on notice that it's time to broaden your horizons as you move forward on your path. You may travel to new and foreign places, both physically and inwardly. It is fortunate and timely to do so. Nothing is ever meant to be stagnant in the ways of living in mystery. Movement brings challenges that must not be resisted, for progression can only be made by letting go of what was and welcoming what is and what can become. Hey, Chrissy Cook. Hello. We're reading over some cards that we pulled, so just 1 second and I'll give you more of a proper greeting. This marker is always an omen for change, for the better. Okay, so that's a good one. If you're just popping in, hi. My name is Gabrielle Williams. This is Melody of Spirit Readings, etc. And we are doing Spiritual Chatter Sunday. We do this every Sunday. It's super cool. And hello, Bridget. I can read a card for you after we're done with the cards that we pulled for the day. It will only be a 1-card pull, so it will probably be more of a general reading for you, just so you're aware. You're very welcome for both of you. I'll do it for both of you since you guys are both brand new. And Alina, of course, if you would like a card pulled, I would love to do it for you as well. But let me finish these 2 cards from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and we'll go from there. All right. So this one is the Well Watcher. And this is more of an ally card. So the Well Watcher signifies the need to go within and to contemplate the true source of power in the world, which he reminds you that it is the divine. This message is to let you know that you're being called to the well, and this unseen power will be there and will be yours to align with. This affirmation and prayer will invite the divine to bring miracles and resolution in your life. Thy will be done through me for the highest good of all and for the truest manifestation of my purpose. You will know the way forward by the still and small voice within. The divine also may answer your call by sending others to help guide you. Okay? And then the Fire Prince. The Fire Prince. Super fancy. Alright. Fire Prince. This one also feels more of a challenger card, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. There are a couple messages delivered by the Fire Prince, so take heed, as one or both could pertain to you now. Be mindful of starting a fire that you cannot put out. Be mindful of starting a fire that you cannot put out. There you go. Aggressive action results in loss. Slow down and don't be so eager to reach your goal. Stay clear of someone else's unbridled ambition and aggression as well. If you think you are going to get burned, or you could get burned, you will certainly will. Unless you remove yourself from the action, which is funny, we talked about that, Alina. When the Fire Prince arrives as a challenger, which this is what it feels like right now, he could be warning you of being careful of burning out as well. This might pertain to workaholicism and obsessing over focusing on something that you want and excluding everything else. You may be afraid to let go, but you must. If you keep going the way you are, truly you will not have any energy left, and nor will you see your way through the path. It is easy to get lost in dark when there is no flame to light the way. Something to think about, guys. Those are the cards for today. And if you just popped in, there is a replay available. So, but the cards from that other deck, which is from the Wisdom Avalon Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid as well, are the motion, or movement, and the novice. So those are some really cool cards. But yeah, these are the cards. Aren't they beautiful? I don't know if the glare is going to mess this up, but so that's that one. Here's the Fire Prince. Here's the Novice. And here is the movement card. And those are the cards. Okay, so for Chrissy, oh, I'm so glad, Alina. Thank you for that confirmation. It does feel that way. It feels like everything's aligned up again. It's kind of cool. Really enjoying that. Okay. For Chrissy, you're getting the Wisdom of the Avalon card. And what information do you have for Chrissy? Okay, Chrissy, you have the card of communication. So when this card usually pops up, this is my intuitional answer, and then I'll read from the book for you. But usually when communication comes up, which is so funny, so if you rewatch this video, and you'll see what I mean by this, we were talking about communication in the little clip that we did for the devotional today. It seems like you need to communicate something that you've been probably holding off on, and it's been feeling like a very heavy burden to you because this rock looks like it's overcumbering this little stone here. So if there's a person you need to talk to, or maybe even communicating with yourself on what you really want in life, that might be what's pushing you towards this direction of communication. But I'm going to go ahead and read the little part for you here. This is for Chrissy Cook from Facebook. Are you clear and straightforward when you communicate with others? Do you have difficulty asking what you need? This marker reminds you of many things related to how you speak to the world and how it speaks to you. It asks you to be clear and seek clarity in all communication between you and others in your life. Perhaps you need to call someone or write a letter. Do you need to connect with someone you haven't talked to in a while? Do you need to clarify something that remains cloudy between you and the other person? Drawing this marker indicates that it is timely to do so, for communication at this moment is highlighted in all areas of your life. This card notes that communication is not just between humans. Your spirit guides, angels, and other helpers in your path are always trying to get your attention. Are you going to be open to their message? Ask and you will know. Look and you will see. Listen and you will hear. Sense and you will feel. Communication is not just about talking at somebody or with someone. In Avalon, the sacred wisdom is gained by developing receptivity and learning to listen. So that is for Chrissy Cook from Facebook. Bridget, I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you as well, hun. I'm feeling like you need the Hidden Realms deck, so I'm going to mix this one here so I can shuffle this deck up here. All right. And this is for Bridget Gail Young on Facebook. What do we have for Bridget today? Oh, that one flew. Sorry, guys. Oh, goodness. All right. The Hungry Ghosts. Obsessions. Scarcity. Consciousness. Oh, you're absolutely welcome. I'm so glad. Okay, so this one is for Bridget Gail Young. I used the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck for you. And it says that you needed the card called the Hungry Ghosts, which this is what it looks like. Because I feel like you need a visual. You're different than a couple others right now in your life. Right now you're kind of needing something to attach to. You kind of feel lost without this attachment, which has led to a very not comfortable consciousness feeling. Like it's almost becomes overly obsessive. But I'm going to let you know that with the help of people in your life and with like acknowledging this attachment, it can definitely be more of a breathing moment for you. I'm definitely feeling that from this card, but I will read what they want from this card on here as well, because I want you to have both answers. This is more of an intuitive feeling I'm getting from you. And I pull it open. Yeah, this does not feel like, yeah. I'm feeling like this is more of a challenge card for you. So I'm going to go ahead and read the challenge part for you. When the Hungry Ghost comes to challenge, it's a sign that you are succumbed to the fear of lack, which is whispering in your ear that you have failed. Whether it is your intended, you stayed too long in the desiring stage, longing and yearning to become that have become a consistent state of mind. So longing and yearning have become a constant in your state of mind. Are you comparing your experience with others? Do you envy others' success? Do you judge yourself only on the material accomplishments? Are you afraid that there will never be enough of anything, and none of your dreams will be there upon awakening in reality? Perhaps you've turned to compulsive eating, shopping, or working or drinking to distract yourself. Let the illusion of lack go and accept things for as they are. The perfect, abundant, and meaningful expressions of the divine. There will never be enough for the hungry ghosts that challenge you. For the only experience they know is sacristy. It is not your job to feed them, and they will lose their power to haunt you. Trust in the abundance of source or spirit, according to this book. And that is for Bridget Gail Young. Bridget Gail Young of Facebook. That card's for you. All right, Lena. I think the Wisdom of Avalon is calling for you, and I will read that for you as well. I'm just mixing up the one deck that I just used. And then I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go hang out with my kiddos and get ready for game night. Because we're going to have game night with our friends today. You're so welcome. Absolutely. So this is for Alina. Alina Sanchez on Facebook. Oh, there you are. You have the horse. The horse is accepting help from another and delegating authority. This horse knows where it wants to go. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. It already knows which way it needs to turn. And the thing is, though, horses are very trusting animals. And so if they feel like you don't trust them, they will find another way to let you know. Either by making your life a living hell. So it's all about respect with them. So whoever you're accepting help from must respect you. Delegating authority, that word for me personally, what it feels like intuitively, means that you're going to need to find those people that you trust 100% and let them take some of the load in the physical for you. Especially since they have the ability to work as well. You don't have to be the only working person in the environment that you have made for yourself. So let them offer assistance. But yeah, that's my personal and intuitive answer for that one. But here is the message from the booklet. The horse appears on your path to offer assistance. If you are asking a question about your life, the horse says that you will need to indeed receive help. That you will indeed receive help from another to aid you on your quest. Too often, do you refuse help from others? Do you sometimes feel that although you give to others, no one gives to you? Well, you don't have to walk the whole way alone. You can get help. The horse appears to remind you that assistance is just for asking. Sometimes you need to be carried to get to your destination. Trust that when the horse appears, help is yours. Remember to ask for it, and also remember to accept it when it is offered. Alrighty then. That sounds like a beautiful answer. Yeehaw! Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed all of this. Thank you guys so much for popping on with us. If you like what you see, subscribe, like, get notified. Those are all things you can do. We have a YouTube thing as well. So if you type in Melody of Spirit readings, etc., so ETC, it will pop up on Facebook and you will find us on there as well. It'll have my face. That's a little icon on most of my stuff that we have. Just so you know it's us and it's me. And thank you guys for supporting us, even if you lurk around, even if you're, giving us the time of day for you to sit with us. We really do appreciate you guys. This means so much to me that you come when Spirit tells you to come. I don't need you to come here every time. You're welcome to come here whenever you feel led to. That's what this place is for. It's a safe space for this stuff. So just remember that as you are going on your journey, that if you need a safe space to just feel what Spirit has to offer, this might be the spot for you. And come on in. We would love to have you here. Like I said earlier, we are going to be doing Spiritual Chatter Sunday on the 21st at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. It may start a little bit earlier if something comes up in my personal life, but right now it's still tentatively at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And also for the third week, or the third week of the month, I do free services to people who are lower income or don't have the finances right now to treat themselves to a reading or whatnot. You are welcome to message me on Facebook. Our Facebook page is www.facebook.com/all in caps MSRETC. And you can find us there on Facebook and message me there. And I would absolutely love to be able to give you a service that you would desire. So those days are the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd, and the 23rd. From, I think, or did I fuck this up? I think I fucked this up, guys. Hold on. I fucked it up. I think. I keep doing this every single time. I keep forgetting my days of operation. I feel like I do like 5 days out of the week. It's probably not true. It's really not what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so let me double check this so I don't fuck this up again. Oh my gosh. Okay. So my days of operation are Saturday through Tuesday. Yes, Saturday through Tuesday. I am very sorry. Oh my Lanta. Okay. So, in case you guys are all wondering, I fucked up at the beginning of this video. If you're at the end of this, congratulations, you win a prize. But so then the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, and the 23rd of this month, I am offering free services from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. And you guys are welcome to message me on Facebook, which I said earlier. And it's for people who are in times of need, so lower income, or people who have bills to pay and food to feed for their families and don't have time to treat themselves. And this is just a way of me expressing my total full-hearted gratitude to you guys. And I'm very, very appreciative of you guys all supporting us as we go through these awesome and amazing experiences together. And I just want to let you know you have somebody in your corner. No matter what you're going through, I do offer a space for every person at every level that they're at. So this is just one way for us to show appreciation, but also to support you in your time that you need for yourself. So with that being said, those are the dates. So the 20th, the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. And that is the end of the scoops. But that's it. That's all I have to offer you guys. In the sense of PSAs. PSAs. But yeah, so you guys have a wonderful and blessed day today. Just go outside and take a fresh breath of fresh air, because honestly, inside air is not that healthy for you. Sometimes you have to go outside and smell some dead leaves to get everything working in your system. And I will see you guys on Sunday. If I don't, then I'll see you guys on Sunday, or on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday if you happen to choose to have a service with us. Love and light to all of you. Blessings to everybody who is watching this, or is replaying this, or is part of the live with us. Let you all be blessed. Have peace and tranquility throughout your week. May chaos not reign in your life right now. Allow yourselves to have some moment of peace and clarity as you're moving through the next couple weeks after December hits. I just want you guys to know that you guys are ultimately blessed in everything that you do. And we love you guys. Have a wonderful week. See you guys next Sunday.